It's probably two different parts to this podcast today.
Yep.
Because the review segment should be pretty quick, but then we're going to get into some Stradbroke season futures markets.
The best futures markets that you could possibly be involved in.
Yeah.
Stradbroke season markets. The Brisbane Winter Carnival is so good, mate.
Sorry. That was me just pocket dialing.
That was you calling future Dan and saying, well done, mate, because you've just won a fortune.
Just let me quickly... Yeah, Stradbroke season markets. I teased one to you.
You did, yeah.
I can't wait to share with you and the drifters.
Yeah, can't wait to walk that path of the Brisbane Winter Carnival. Look, I think we got a small taster yesterday in the UNU recruitment victory stakes. I watched a replay of that this morning. He went hell for leather up front. Yeah. Like, there's so many horses that were like, no, I want to lead. No, I'll lead. But can I?
Yeah.
They just busted each other up. Meanwhile, Antino's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Just like,
thanks, bruh.
Thanks for that.
Oh, you're fanning as well? I'll just take that lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mate, well found by you. I think it was $8 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
When we did the preview and he came into about $4.50, $4.80.
Something like that. Yeah. He got absolutely jammed in. The race set up perfectly for him. So, you know.
He's one of the best looking horses in Australia.
He is. He's a very good looking horse.
Yeah.
By Redwood. English, so I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's a good horse, Antino. Like, I think the fact that Tony Gollins like completely missed the autumn with him, even though he's a horse who definitely could have featured in the Group 1s down there.
Absolutely.
Over the autumn, and wanted to target him towards a Stradbroke, like, you just knew there's going to be some intent. But secondly, there was going to be probably a bit more sprint in his legs this prep. So yeah, you know, obviously the market found him, so it's not like I'm a genius or anything. but you know,
credit where credit's due, mate. $4 winner is like, you know, 25% chance of them winning, basically.
Yeah, true.
Rated by the market, so you're beating the market there. But when you find them at $8, that's when you can peacock a bit. And we were both heavily against Uncommon James.
That's the key.
At $2.70. He finished second last, started the $3.80 favourite, though. So he drifted out over a point.
You know what we should get involved in?
Laying.
Because we can lay them.
Yeah, we can.
Like laying. Serious laying.
Yeah. Laying some serious bitch.
Yeah, like we lay bitch. Like we're laying as well as, you know, someone who's been on the piss all night.
Yeah.
The next morning after their first long black.
You know what we should do? The on the drift lay of the day.
We should.
Yeah,
we should.
Did you see Team Greens on the weekend?
What was theirs?
It was the thing that won the highway by about 5 lengths.
It's got to be a ploy to turn punters off.
Yeah. Oh no, I think it's just a marketing tool. Honestly.
You reckon?
Yeah, because
people are talking about it.
Then it's like, all right, because like over probably the last 10 weeks, right? Probably 8 of their lays of the days have won.
Yeah. And
it's like, yeah, basically, I think it's just a marketing ploy. But then you have on the other side, the punters want to basically go like, you know what? I'll take you on because you're no good at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Increases turnover. I don't mind it.
Yeah. No, that is smart.
Speaking of real quick, that thing that won that highway race, that will win the Cosy Osco. That was one of the best highway wins I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was really good. Hawkesbury was supposed to be bloody a heavy 10.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm telling you, we've spoken about this on the podcast before. The meteorologists who work at the Bureau of Meteorology, honestly, like the best job ever because there's no accountability.
There isn't. There really isn't.
They're like a punter who doesn't lose money. Like it's impossible for them to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not happy with them, but at the same time, you know, Hawkesbury.
Yeah.
Good to see.
It is good to see. But we'll get to Hawkesbury. Back to the UNU recruitment victory stakes. Nessie's a mare in form.
Cheers.
I think she could target, I don't know, Tastiara. I don't know if that's too long for her. That's over 2 months away. So I don't know if there's like a group 2 that they could target her towards or something in the lead up to that. She could definitely, if she goes back against her own sex, she'll be winning something, I think.
Yeah, definitely. She'd be heading towards what? Kingston Smith?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Tough race though. Really tough.
This year,
Yeah.
Well, as per. Yeah, she's a good mare. Golden Mile ran a blinder because he was up on pace as well.
Oh, he was a pair. He was midfield. He was like sitting off a bit.
But sitting off
Yeah.
he wasn't a slow pace, mate.
Mate, at the 200,
You thought you were better.
I thought I'd just pick up my chips from the table early.
Yeah.
And just start heading out the door. But $2.70 it was to place, or $2.90 I think. So he was each way bet to nothing.
Yes, yes.
But I thought I was better at the $12. But
Yeah.
You don't get Antino was far too good.
He was.
The plunge landed.
It did. But yeah, it was funny day.
Yeah. Delrello Stakes. The Mashanis get one.
Mate,
Mashani Lily.
Mashani Lily is a smarty.
Little pocket rocket,
She's a smarty.
as Corey Brown would say.
Yeah. He'd say that about a few things, I reckon. She missed the jump, was used up early to get to the lead, and was too strong for a smart Sydney colt. Mashani Lily is going places.
Well, I think you highlighted on the preview podcast, I believe. Let me have a look back. But she's been up for a minute, hasn't she?
Yeah, so that's why I was like, well, she's got to come to an end of prep soon. But
so that was her fourth run of the prep. Never been outside the trifecta. Beating her stable mates of the other Mashanis along the way. I'm probably at the stage with this Mashani, this variation of Mashani Lily, where I'm probably just letting her go through without me.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Where
fifth run for a 2-year-old.
Where does she go to?
Oh mate, there'll be a 2-year-old. There'll be a 2-year-old program on the way to the JJ.
Yeah, so there's the sires, which I think is 1,400 meters, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was 1,000 meters, so she'd be looking at something at 11 or 1,100 or 1,200 meters.
She's not a 1,400 meter horse.
I don't even think she's a 1,200 meter horse.
Yeah,
like she absolutely gapped him at 1,100 meters, didn't she?
She did. Yes, she did.
Yeah. Open handicap. So, I think at the 1,100, I reckon they'd probably go, all right, she's fitter than she's ever going to be. Let's try her at the 1,200 meters to see how she goes. But yeah, we'll see with Mashani Lily.
Michelle.
I think if Embassy was to meet her again, I think Embassy gets the chocks.
Yeah, he was good, fresh up. It just sort of, I guess, floated a little bit, peaked on his run. He looked like he was going to run over the top of her at some stage, but she was strong, Mashani Lily.
Yeah.
There was a couple of runs in there. If you're thinking some of those are going to be heading towards a JJ, there's a couple of runs. I think Zukon was smart.
Well, Zuna,
sorry.
Zuna, I think, has beaten Mashani Lily earlier this prep as well. And but how many weeks between runs was he? 6 weeks in between runs. So beaten 3 lengths, scope for improvement. You'd probably want to say. But yeah, Embassy is probably the one in the JJ where you're kind of going like, okay,
yeah.
Snowden Cole makes sense.
Who's Embassy by?
Embassy is by I'm Invincible.
Okay,
so
he's a Vinny.
1,600 meters isn't their jam, is it?
Not really, but for a 2-year-old, Rothfire won the JJ.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the Vinnies. I don't know if Vinny's ever had and this is going to sound wild, I don't know if he's ever had a Group 1 winning 2-year-old. I'm Invincible.
Well, didn't you just say, is Rothfire not by I'm Invincible?
No, but I'm just saying, like, Rothfire's a sprinter, right?
Right.
But, as a 2-year-old could get out over further.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he ever has. Like, I could be so wrong there, but...
Fascinating. You only have, 5 bites of the cherry? 5? Diamond, 3 in Sydney, JJ.
Yeah, true. But it's just when, like, you're seeing he's consistently go for 800 grand, a milli.
Yeah.
Through the sales ring, you would anticipate a return on investment.
Yeah, true.
Pretty quickly with the Vinnies, but
maybe RMP's the 3-year-olds.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because I don't know actually. Because maybe he's like the open sprints, maybe. Like the handicap sprints or something.
Yeah, he can produce a gun sprinting mare like Imperatriz, In Secret, Estriella, Marabi, like they're just a few, right? So he can produce a gun sprinting mare.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Honestly, encyclopedic knowledge.
Oh, mate.
What do you do with your time?
I really don't know. That to me is the most enjoyable part of racing.
The
Bloodlines and
okay,
all that sort of stuff.
yeah, fascinating.
Like tell me something that's better than a gun 3-year-old colt. What's better than that?
A gun 2-year-old colt like Storm Boy just winning.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Just the narratives of that was so good.
So good. But a gun 3-year-old colt like Animo, Celestial Legend, like to me, there's nothing better.
Yeah, because you dare to dream with those colts.
Oh, that's
because you go like, all right, does this thing win a Cox Plate?
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. My favorite thing to do is to watch the 3-year-old colts and be like, could this thing win a Cox Plate? Could Southport Tycoon win a Cox Plate?
Yeah.
Could Celestial Legend win a Cox Plate?
Yeah. And then what's his son's going to do?
Yeah, exactly. He's by done deal. He got out of it further. That means he could surely. It's my favourite thing to do.
The Queensland Guineas was absolutely vintage edition. With Kintyre winning 2 in a row. Unbelievable.
You know what the funny thing is? Like, I think before Kintyre won that race on protest, we literally potted Gary Portelli's things for never winning.
Yeah.
And the Kintyre just got 2 on the bounce.
I know. Defeated Razors, and then Presslink. I think Presslink for me, he was 4th at the 400 metres in this race, and I'd have to see. I haven't really done any sectional times to see how they were running the race, but like I think the bigger fields are finding him out. Where he was 4th in the position, but like I feel like he's getting way too far back, and it's like, and he's obviously stepping up in grade as well. So maybe it's just a preparation too soon for him, but I think Presslink is a really smart horse.
Yeah, I think so.
And he was only beaten 1.5 lengths, so he was good. But Kintyre is just, my God. Gary Portelli's can just have the preps that never end. They really can.
Yeah, he's cut from the same cloth as Bjorn Baker.
Yeah.
Where they just... The thing is, if the horse is happy and at home,
that's it.
He can't make any money sitting in the stables, can it? In the
like
paddock.
$9 he started. It's a big price for the last start winner. And, he does run in like decent class races. He's just finishing like 4th or 5th against probably like the B graders, I'd say. And it's like there was no stars in this field.
No, there was not.
Now, let's head down to South Australia. May as well. South Australian Derby. Coco Sun.
Coco Sun. So that's another Group 1 winning filly by the Autumn Sun.
Well done, man.
Called it.
Well done.
Didn't back it. No. Either time. All 3 times.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, just an idiot. I don't heed my own advice.
So, Autumn Angel?
Autumn Angel. Vibrant Sun, Coco Sun. So he's literally 3 on the bounce.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just like his daddy, Redute's Choice. He's just going to produce classic winning fillies.
Yep.
So keep an eye on him. She was great. Like given an absolutely gun ride by Jamie Carr. Would love to see the sectionals of that race though, because if Air Assault's running 3rd in a derby and he's leader, you can't tell me there must have been a lot of pace in that race.
Yeah, I can have a look at it, but it'll just be off like the racing.com raw figures. But let me have a look here, mate, for you.
Have a look-see.
So as I go in, because Air Assault at the 2,500 meters or 2,400 rather, like he started like nearly $30 and he hung on for 3rd. So I think you're probably around the mark. They don't have the sectional data there, as in like the class.
Right. Okay.
So I can't really tell you the story. Warmonger ran the 34th fastest last 200 meters of the meeting, apparently, according to racing.com figures.
Okay.
He was storming home.
He was storming home like a freight train. Mickey Blue Eyes, God only knows how he would have been feeling in the ownership.
Is he?
Yeah. So
good for him.
Just like the thing is, like, where he's going to put himself in the race, and yeah, he nearly stormed over the top, but Coco Sun was in a better position because she's got more tactical speed. Like, we talk about this all the time.
I said to you, because my on top selection, Ahu Rihi, with one Craig Williams on board, got absolutely smashed.
Got jammed in.
So she was like $8 on Wednesday. She
Something
started $4.80 favourite over Coco Sun at $5. And I said to you, well, there's a zero chance of this thing winning now because Craig's going to overthink this. And don't know if he didn't, but she was running on late.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't given the best steer, I don't think. Maybe that's a bit harsh, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, mate, I think 2,800 metres, St. Ledger, was getting away from them at the end of that. So she's a stayer. Maybe just coming back to 2,500 metres, she was warming up late.
Brisbane Cup? Not the worst shout.
Not the worst shout at all. It's just that
yeah.
Salino's already got one hand on the trophy, mate.
Yeah, that's
one
true.
hoof on the trophy.
Yeah, he is the alpha up here, isn't he?
He is. Where did Bold Soul end up finishing?
8th.
Yeah.
Honestly, did not see him in the run.
I lost him. I
Yeah.
couldn't find him.
Well,
where are you?
was he wearing the club silks or something?
I don't know.
Because
Because I think he wore navy silks last time.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it was just complete. And then, yeah, the roughie I gave a chance to. Glad you think so. Was only lost by 112 lengths.
God.
So obviously there's an issue there.
Yeah. That'd be like that. I would have lost by less. 2.5 Ks.
Yeah.
That's what? About 10 minutes?
Yeah. Maybe.
Imagine putting on the joggers and you sort of line up in the barriers with them. On your mask, go. Through that grass as well, really high knees. Fucking hell. But you probably have, be less intrusive than the stewards are down in Warrnambool.
Oh my God.
How dangerous was that?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then, so they did it for race 1 on the day. It's like, okay, surely they learned their lesson here. No, for the banner event.
This grand annual,
they're doing it again. I'm like, what the hell is going on
What's
here?
going on?
Never seen that before in my entire life.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Now, let's go through Hawkesbury really quick. The Gold Rush listed. What do we tell you? Parasol, 1,100 metres, fresh up. Just wins.
She got jammed in as well.
Yeah. $2.80 she started. She was
$4 or something.
Yeah.
That was a ridiculous price they put up.
I know. Absolutely madness. So, yeah, absolutely zero concerns when you see a result like that. Now, the Hawkesbury Crown, when I gave out my review at 60s, I thought it was going to be heavy ground at absolute best. Now, Good 4 did not suit her. She ran on fine. But Coco Jambu didn't see this thing in the form guide. Shadows of Love, that price, bit of a steer clear for me.
Yeah, she was my on top selection. I didn't have a bet on.
No.
I didn't really bet at all yesterday, to be honest. Should have just put my entire life savings on Antino. But anyway, yeah. So that thing was first run in Australia, wasn't it?
Might have been. Yeah, I'm not sure. Can I have a look?
Yeah, Shadows of Love was a good run, but yeah, jumped at what, $2.50 or $2.60 or something like that. That's a bit short.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, UK galloper by the looks of it. Well done. Well done to you. Schwartz won the Hawkesbury Guineas. Now, we saw Hawaii 5-0 win this last year and then start close to favourite in the Stradbroke.
Yeah, it was. I think it was about $4 or $5 to field the Stradbroke last year. We think about it. Would have been probably $4 or something. Yeah. And Hawaii 5-0 was definitely on the. If he wasn't the second line of betting drifters, he was definitely the third. It was single figures for sure.
So Schwartz, 3-year-old colt, smart win, 2 lengths.
Yep.
So he'll be heading towards the Stradbroke as well.
He's better than them.
Yeah.
So you take him out of that race, it's a pretty bunch finish. So he's the only one you want to take out of it.
Any word from the connections of the UNU recruitment snowman?
No word. But he was good at 4th. So you take him back to a benchmark whatever race and he's going to win this prep.
Yep, absolutely. The Hawkesbury Gold Cup, 2 wet trackers are fighting out the finish here, and Just Folk and Detonator Jack on a good fall. Unlucky. Just Folk just got the better steer from Nash. And Detonator Jack, he might have life.
He might.
No.
He might.
It's just not a betting proposition for me. He doesn't win when I'm on,
No.
unfortunately.
Nash has had a busy week. Like, he was down at the pool, rode a couple winners. Hawkesbury.
Yep.
You know, he'll come up here. He'll R&P a little bit up here.
Mate,
It'll be great to see him
Yeah, he'll be riding Salino again.
in the Brisbane Cup.
Yeah.
No, like the best jockey for him.
Yes.
Easily the best jockey for him.
Come on, boy. Let's go. Come on. Let's get going. 1,200 metres out.
Why is Nash stoking the fire 1,200 metres out? All the punters are saying, and we're just they're standing there like with, you know, just absolutely calm because we know that he knows.
Yeah.
That's what you need to start doing with Salino.
And we know what he knows is what we know that it should be.
Exactly. I'm, to be honest, shocked that we didn't see Salino in the Grand Annual Steeplechase. He'd be a phenomenal jumps horse.
Mate, that could be his little retirement fund that they build for him. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. All right. I think it's some futures markets time.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Now, let's start with the Doom 10,000 on the 18th of May. So only a couple of weeks away. Tough market, this one, with the good people at Ned's. $3 I Wish I'll Win. $4.20 Overpass ran well in this last year. $6 Private Eye. $7 In Secret. I still don't know where she's at.
No.
$8 Magic Time. $11 Espiona. Antino, $15. Would he head here? Potentially.
Potentially. I think Tony Golan was talking about a potential Doom and 10,000 run. But the Kingston Smith makes more sense for him.
Yeah,
surely.
stepping up to 1,300. But like he was at a 5 diamonds at the end of last prep.
Yeah, he was.
Ran second in a 2-rack.
Yep.
So I think, he has the 1 run at 1,200.
Yep.
For him to be competitive, he needs to be stepping up.
Yep.
Probably trained as a bit more as a sprinter, but alas.
This
is not a market I'm that interested in.
Not at all. It's just changed in front of my eyes. I Wish I Win. Great to see him up here. Look, would Doomben be the track for him? I'm not sure. We've seen him at Rose Hill.
That's the thing.
Run really well. So Overpass last year, like it took a red hot in form Giga Kick to run Overpass down last year, and I think that was probably Overpass's best race, even though he didn't win. I think that was probably his peak performance, and if he matches that, we know where I Wish I Win's going to be.
Yeah,
lengths away from him.
Like for instance, Overpass draws 1. Doomben, not the worst place to be, and I Wish I Win draws 10. It's like, I Wish I Win's going to have to run down like 6 lengths basically.
Yep.
And it's like, I think the barrier draw is really important in this because if Overpass draws low, I think it's like he's a clear selection.
I think so. You got to respect the horse.
Yeah,
because the last 18 months he's been, he's not that A-tier sprinter.
No.
But if you're looking at the race shape and it's him and there's no other obvious leaders, which there probably will be, based on what we saw in the Victory Stakes yesterday, like there'll be some horses vying for the lead, but just theoretically, if there's not, like you could just get away from some cheap sectionals and put them away.
Yeah, the rest of these I'm not too interested in, to be honest. Like, and Overpass will be 4 or 5 weeks in between runs from the Quokka, so I think it will be cherry ripe. The Doomben Cup, fascinating horse that I wanted to highlight here, Royal Champion.
Yeah, tell me about Royal Champion.
Champion. Royal Champion, same silks as one without a fight. Same ownership. So he is basically the without a fight of this year. But watching his replays, big Zaki vibe.
Right.
On speed, bulldog, same markings on the face as well. Bit of a black guy. So he won the Doonside Cup in 2022 and a day won that in 2020. So that's the quality of the horse that we're talking about here. He ran second, and this is the first time ever on this podcast in my history of following horse racing that I'm seeing Canadian form. So he went to the Canadian International Stakes and he ran second behind Godolphin's National Pride. He won the Wolferton Stakes at Royal Ascot last year, which is on the Tuesday, which I will be there for this year, defeating Buckaroo into third. So we got some form lines coming together here. Adea won that again back in 2019. So yeah, he's on speed leading type. As I said, reminds me a lot of Zaki. But he's probably missing this. So he's probably not going here in the Doomben Cup, but since he's so short in this market, I suggest that he's an absolute lay-down misère in the Group 3 Lord's Mare Cup, which at 1,800 metres, which without a fight won, before going to the Q22, which is his preparation this prep.
Friedman's, I'm assuming, have him?
Yep.
Yeah. Sounds like he's a horse who'll be winning some events this year.
Mate, have a look at his replays. He's just like perfect pattern.
Yep. And
that race at Royal Ascot, like he won that by 2 lengths, and he was the widest one in the running. Like he was 3 wide, 0 cover, doing it the hard way, and he still won running away from it. So it's like, and you see Buckaroo be supported in some of these races. It's like, justifiably, this horse should be at least half, if not shorter, of wherever Buckaroo's running. Yeah,
okay. Well, that's fascinating. Well, are we definitely going to see him up here though?
That's from what I've read, yeah. So I'm more probably interested in this horse for something like Cox Plate. Like, because I don't think from his main runs overseas have been at that 2,000 metres, where without a fights was at like 2,400, if not further. So I think this horse is probably the Freedman's like one of the leading chances for a Cox Plate, probably without a fight. But without a fight, come back from an injury, it's like you probably want to see him do it.
Yep.
So if we have a look at this horse, I don't even know if he'll be in a Cox Plate market. Let's have a look. What's his name? Royal Champion. $26 in a Cox Plate market. Now, he won't be that price if he comes into Brisbane, and especially in the Q22.
No. Yeah, fascinating. So definitely one to watch. I think in that Doomben Cup market, like aside from that, Hueta.
Yeah,
like he could go back to back to back based on that last run on a heavy deck. Loves it up here. But aside from that, there's probably nothing creating too much interest. Kovalika, yeah,
ran 13th last year.
He did. I don't know about him. I just feel, I'd almost just put a line through him for the rest of the prep and wait until the spring and when he's going for a Caulfield Cup.
Yeah,
which is what he should have been doing.
Yep.
I was thinking about this last night actually. So Kovalika, who's the equivalent of him for the Chris Waller stable at the 3-year-old level this year? Well, Riff Rocket's better, but Riff Rocket. Do not tell me we're going to see Riff Rocket going for a Golden Eagle as a 4-year-old, as opposed to the the Cox Plate. Like, don't tell me that.
Yeah, surely not.
Oh, I don't know. That would piss me off.
Well, the only way you could possibly do that, I'm just trying to think of the calendar off the top of my head. So if you give him a 6-week break into a Golden Eagle where you're basically tackling it first up again. Like that's the only scenario where you could actually do that, I reckon. Because we saw what he did first up in the autumn. It was absolutely dynamic, but maybe he heads towards like a 2-rack or something over the mile, which would be madness. And then 6-week break, similar to I Wish I Win into the Golden Eagle. Yeah,
which is he should be following like the typical Cox Plate path.
Oh, he has to, right? Because like for Chris Waller, for middle distance horses off the top of the dome, like it's probably his number 1 seed, right?
Probably.
So it's like, yeah.
Oh, aside from Via Sistina.
True.
Which again makes you think, would you want to?
Would you want them to clash? I think Cox Plate's different. Yeah, I think you want as many runners in there as possible.
Whoppet Bloodstock, Deb Kapitas.
They do love cash, don't they?
Yeah, but I also think she's probably more of a traditionalist.
Yeah.
Cox Plate. But anyway. So yeah, Doomben Cup.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, a bit of a watch and see for me, but I think there's something in the top of the market will be winning that out of Cascadian, Huerta, or Kovalica for me.
Yeah, Mighty Ulysses was great. That was his second run in Australia last start, so he was phenomenal. He could feature as well at double figures.
I think was Goldman was a solid return as well.
Yep.
I'm just checking that. Yeah, he ran second to Huerta as well. 2,000 meters. That was his first run in half a year. So, he'd be fitted for that.
Yep.
On speed, Doom can be leader bias. So he might be one to at a big price there as well. Goldman. But now the Kingsford Smith Cup, 1,300 meters, 1st of June. I wish I win 450. Think about it, fives. I think this market's definitely changed since this morning. Magic Time 6s, Antino 8s, Overpass 8s, Sunshine in Paris 8s, Espiona 9s, Private Eye 10s. Because I wrote down before that, think about it, was like $7 or $8. And I was like, he could definitely go back to back at that price, but $5, it's only $2, but I'd probably prefer the 7s.
Yeah, I think so. Again, there's not a lot of meat on the bone in this market, right? So it's pretty fair. Like, I think it's reflective of the chances. Like, I wish I win 1,300 meters, right up his alley. Think about it, can definitely go back to back. Magic Time stepping back to 1,300 meters. She's definitely going to go there. Like, she'll be in the finish. Antino was a terrific return. Look, ones at sort of bigger prices. Like, I thought Golden Mile was great. 1,300 meters suits him. He's at 26s. Schwartz as well.
$26.
$26. So they're the ones at odds. The other ones I was looking at as well at 15s were Amenable and Tuvalu. So Amenable, terrific in the all age stakes, 1,400 meters. He's going to be up on pace. He could run well at a good price, and Tuvalu lugging that weight at 1,200 meters and winning down in Warrnambool this week. Like, I don't know what his grand final is, but he was terrific, and he's not a bad price.
Yeah, weight for age would suit him as well.
Yep,
absolutely. Yeah, all those ones that you talked about, like Queensland, typically pretty dry as well, so you're probably looking for those dry trackers. I'm at the stage. Are you at the stage with Sunshine in Paris where you need to see it, or a bit of a victim of circumstance?
I think she's been a bit of a victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
I think her fourth in that all aged is purely on ability. Like, she hated that.
Yeah,
she just couldn't get going. Dynamic first up in the Galaxy or whatever it was. Ran a blinder in the TJ. You could almost say she ran just as well as Magic Time in the TJ, and Magic Time could get through the heavy going. So, Sunshine in Paris. I think she's worth a spec if you're interested.
Yeah, and because the Galaxy each year, not sure how solid it is as a form reference, but there's been no subsequent winners from that race this year. None. And that was at the 23rd of March, and it's like, we've had a grand final day, basically, the championships and subsequent runners probably ranging from like Perth to bloody here, up here, and then back down in Sydney. And it's like, you probably expect a few more winners from that.
Yeah.
And it's like she was second in that, and she's probably the best performed out of that form reference. But it's just a form reference I got a little bit of an asterisk on. So I'm probably leaning towards I want to see her do it, but I think she has a bundle of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So lightly raced. Now, the Queensland Derby, I have a bet here. Autumn Angel, $3.40. 10. Hauser, $6. Mr. Kipchoge, $10. Kintyre, Port Lockroy, 11s. Warmonger, 12s. Caracas, 13s. Cap Ferrar, 15s. Gold Bullion, 15s. Razors, 15s. Snowman, 15s. Snowman coming up here?
I believe so. Whether he's going to be heading towards a derby is another question. He's by Schnitzel, so don't know if that suits him. But
yeah, Antrim Coast and Coda, 21s. I'm wondering if you know the one that I'm keen on here. It's in those ones that I just mentioned.
Oh, no idea.
Caracas. Big time. Very, very keen. So $13 for him. Big price, I think. If you have a look at that Queensland Guineas, I think he finished like fifth last or something, but his last bid, zooming, and he was basically catching up to the leaders, like 100 metres past the post. So and you look at his previous form, started favourite against Immediacy at that Caulfield race, and Immediacy gapped him, but that was all at the end of his first prep. Put him away, targeted towards this. I think he's just going to be so ready for a race like this. 2,400 metres, he's just going to eat it up, Caracas. So,
okay, Caracas, and that's $13 at the moment. So,
yes.
So what's the next race for those Guineas horses? There'd surely be a 2,000 metre race somewhere.
Yeah,
I think so. Okay.
So this is the 1st of June. So the grand final's about 4 weeks away. So you'd say you'd have a 2,000 metre run in 2 weeks into this, I'd say.
Okay. Fascinating. So how I was talking about Autumn Sun fillies. So obviously there's Autumn Angel at the top of the market. There's one in the market at 100 to 1. An Annabelle Nation trained Autumn Sun filly by the name of Autumn Miss. What a creativity in these. Autumn Angel, Vibrant Sun, Coco Sun. So Autumn Miss ran on the 17th of April at Doomben in a maiden. Ran second there, but was absolutely zooming home. So she's won a filly to keep an eye on, probably for the Oaks market, but she's 100 to 1 the Derby at the moment. So, just wanted to highlight her.
Yep, I like it.
She won't get better until she's out of a further, obviously.
Yes. Now, there was one that I was looking at. Now, I'm just going to have to try and find it very quickly. Don't know if it's going to be in this market. No, I don't think it is. I don't think they're going to go there. I'm getting him confused with another horse. Anyway, so yes, Caracas, very keen. $13 with the good people at Ned's. Eagle Farm, Queensland Oaks, 8th of June. I thought this was extremely tough. I think this race for me, I struggled with it last year. Found Amakura basically the week of the race.
Yeah.
So I think it does develop a lot later than other contests in the winter rather, for the Winter Carnival. So Autumn Angel $4, Molly Boom $5.50, Coco Sun $7s, Firestorm, Good Banter $9s, Amazonian Last $10s, Tuda La Vita, Vibrant Sun $11s, Red Breast $13s, Mare of Mabula $15s, and Private Legacy $15s, Pultritudinous $15s.
Autumn Miss is in this market as well at 100 to 1 troopers. There's another one, Firestorm. You just mentioned she's $9 at the moment. So she ran in that Princess Stakes race, which Waikato Girl won last weekend over 1,600 metres. She's the one for me that you want to take out of that race because she was only getting warm late. So Firestorm's probably the one I'm looking at the moment. But yeah, you're right. Like, you probably shoulders arms this race until the week of, I think.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
even with $9, there's not a lot of juice there.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Let's go to the JJ. Don't know if we'll have a firm opinion of this race at the moment, but we'll give it a red hot crack anyway. 15th of June at Eagle Farm, of course. Broadsiding $3, Angel Capital $7s, Imperial Force $8s, Can't Recall One $9s, Fearless $9s, All Inclusive, Arabian Summer, Customized, Embassy, Perspiration $13s, and Longer the Rest. Another market that I find pretty hard to really dive into at this stage.
100%. Angel Capital was a really smart winner for Clinton McDonald on debut. I can't remember the race meeting. I think it was the. I'm pretty sure it was the Anzac Day meeting at Flemington, but I'll have to double check that. Angel Capital, but really smart winner. He's at $7 at the moment, which is too short to bet into. So But definitely one to keep an eye on. Embassy we spoke about at 13s and Zuna's at 21s, who we've spoken about.
There was a Peter Moody horse at Pakenham that won really impressively as well. I can't remember the name of it, but could have been Imperial Force or can't recall one maybe. Or All-Inclusive maybe. I reckon it might be All-Inclusive.
Okay.
Let me have a look. All-Inclusive. All-Inclusive, trained by David Van Dyke, not that one. So,
okay.
But yeah, there's one for Peter Moody there, which will be awfully hard to beat as well. But don't know the name of it off the top of my head, which is zero help.
Going back to Angel Capital, so it was Cranbourne on the Friday. So in a 2-year-old maiden, beat him by 2 or 3 lengths, and a bit into his bloodline. So Harry Angel, he's a European sire, and then the sire of his dam is Teofilo. Teofilo is a sire of note. His some of his recent progeny wins include Without a Fight in the Melbourne Cup and and the Caulfield Cup. So Angel Capital's got he's got staying pedigree. So yeah, he's the one I'm keen on in the JJ this early.
Yeah, okay, nice one. Now let's go to the Stradbroke. Surely we can find the winner here.
We don't have a great track record the last few years, do we?
Antino $6, Magic Time 8s, Espiona, I Wish I Win, Sunshine in Paris 10s, Amelia's Jewel, Amenable, In Secret, Schwartz V8 11s, Jolly Star 13s, Think About It 13s, Pericles Skybird Stepati 15s, NCAP Samana 17s, Territory Express 17s, smart in the country championships. Like Infantryman 19s, Acquitted, Coeur Volant, Eternal Flame, Lady Laguna, Nugget, Princess Grace, Rustic Steel, Ruthless Dame, The Inevitable, Vienna Princess, Zoo Tiger 21s.
Yep. Oh, God. Like, the only thing I'll say, Drifters, is like Antino's $6 favourite. Like, do not take that price. No. Like, just let the Winter Carnival play out a little bit before you're betting into this race. I think Amenable $11 based on his run in the all aged. There's still probably a little bit of value there. Jolly Star was a terrific return we saw in the Arrowfield Sprint. She'll be better out over to 1,400 metres, and smart winner. Will she go here though?
Yeah, I don't know.
A 3-year-old filly who's a Group 1 winner. Like, I don't know how well weighted she'll be, but 13s, whatever. Think about it. As a top, he could win this. Like, I think at 13s. The other ones, Stepati at 15s. He sorted out his hoof issues. He trialled last week. He'll probably be aiming at this race. He's a smart horse. And at 26s, Gringotts is another one. Won the Tamworth Cup over 1,400 metres last start. I think he's a relatively lightly raced gelding, so he's one on the up. So they're the ones I'm looking at. And Opal Ridge is in that market too at 26s. So
she might be trying to get the tiara again this year.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Territory. Apologies, just getting a bit emotional about this horse. Territory Express is a good horse.
Yeah.
I think the stable only have like 3. And this is one of them. And, won $1 million race in the autumn and just doesn't run a bad race at all. So $17 probably will be weighted pretty well if he gets into this field as well. So him at $17 is a big price. But the one I'm really keen on is Coeur Volant. Basically, given the autumn. And at 1,400 metres, that's where she really showed her best. Running away from him. I forget what that race was at Caulfield, but Shin drew the widest gate, arrogantly just rode her forward like the best thing.
We were on her that day, weren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And she was about $5.
Yeah.
But, seeing this horse in the flesh as well, like she looked unfucking believable at
that night at
Mooney
Valley. Yeah. She did. What a yard expert over here. that was a phenomenal night. Amelia's Jewel riding over the top of Pride of Jenny, Imperatrice, like we were treated.
Yeah, we were.
We were treated. Spoilt. Cool Valon's a talent. Did she have any issues or did they purposely sort of keep her fresh?
I think they purposely kept her fresh from reading the one article that I read.
Because she ran in that 1,000 guineas, didn't she?
Yep.
Which last year was really late into the spring. So maybe they just wanted to take their time with it.
The article from Mike Moroney that I read was basically saying, and that this was like early February, basically going like, we're targeting it towards a Stradbroke. Love that long-term plan.
Yeah.
She'll come back into work in a couple of weeks, so mid-February, and then she had her first trial the day after Anzac Day. And behind like Vivienne.
Vivienne ran pretty well last
Midwest, who had issues, and there was Reinberg as well. So finished fourth behind them in a trial. Us do absolutely nothing, but those are some pretty fit horses, and she was like trucking up behind them. So I think she's come back just as good from that one bloody 800-metre trial or whatever it was. So she'll be kicking off sometime soon, probably head to this second or third up.
Yeah.
Lighten the weights. She probably, at this stage, she'd be a Group 3 or Group 2 winner.
She's definitely got black type.
Yeah, she'd have 2 actually, because that would have been a black type race at the Valley, and then she won one at Caulfield. So she'd probably be on the borderline, I'd say, of making the field, but they'll be looking to look after her handicap rating as well.
Definitely. Mike Moroney knows how to win them as well. So
Tafane.
Yeah, so well found. What would be the kickoff point for her then, you'd think?
Not sure.
Try and find a group race for Billy's mares.
Unfortunately, mate, I don't know the undercards of the Brisbane Carnival that well.
But get the mugs on.
Yeah. But yeah, there'll be something for her over the next few weeks. And I'd say, knowing Mike Moroney, you'll probably go like kick her off in something at Eagle Farms.
Yeah.
Like, let's get her familiar with that track, because I think Tafane won the Kingsford Smith as well.
Ooh.
I reckon she went back-to-back Kingsford Smith into the Stradbroke.
Yeah.
Or maybe she won the Stradbroke into the Tiara. That's right.
Yep.
But she was a very good mare.
Yeah, she was. She was good.
But I think Cool Valon gives me Tafane vibes.
Yeah.
Early days.
Yeah. No. That's a good point. And like you said, for Mike Moroney to come out and say that's the target, he clearly has a really high opinion of this horse. So there's a couple there for you. So is that your 2-legger?
Yes, Caracas into Cool Valon. Gonna have to. You can check my Ned's profile when that comes out, but let me just do a little bit of estimate, because I'll do it each way. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why not?
It's a price to do it, and I'll even put a 3-legger in there for the place with Royal Champion to place in the Cox Plate.
Okay.
As well, because I'm a big fan of those silks.
Yeah, really are. So how old's Royal Champion then? Like, is he like a relatively lightly raced gelding, or is he a without a fight coming over as a bloody 6 or 7 year old or something?
Let's have a look here. Royal Champion. He is a 6-year-old gelding.
Okay, cool. So, yep. So, as a European, he'll turn 7 in the spring, which is the same age as without a fight, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right. So Cool Valon into the Caracas in the Derby. Just a cool 273 to 1. Double. Like, put $1 on that. What do you got to lose?
$1.
Exactly. And, gamble responsibly, but it's worth a play.
Yeah. That's futures playing for you, drifters. Some of those markets are absolutely disgusting. So if you're going to play, that's the way to play. Like, there's no point whacking anything at the moment.
No.
But if you can find some at really big odds, just have a small place. Try and turn it into something big. History would suggest it's possible.
It is definitely possible. So Cool Valon into Caracas into Royal Champion in the Cox Plate. Without a fight's $15 in the Cox Plate. Royal Champion in the Cox Plate, that will get you 174 to 1. 3-leg multi.
Sheesh.
Again, $1 on. What do you got to lose? We haven't done the Tats Tiara. The Tats Tiara 29th of June, I'll be overseas during this time, so the podcast might be on a break. But Magic Time, $4. Zoo Gotcha, $4.80. Millie's Jewel, Jolly Star, $6. So Jolly Star at $6 suggests that she's heading here.
Yep.
Samana Nines, Chain of Lightning, Olentia, Opal Ridge, Roots, Tropical Squall.
Tropical Squall.
At 11s. Abounding, Better Get Set, Eternal Flame, Macarena, Ruthless Dame, Tashi, Tis Invincible, Vienna Princess, 15s.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not a good market at all.
Zoo Gotcha heading here?
No, surely not. I'd be very surprised, but, I've been surprised before. Samana would be officially the longest prep of all time if she came here.
Jolly Star looks well placed.
Jolly Star looks well placed in this race.
Millie's Jewel?
Amelia's Jewel, I don't think she's going to come here, to be honest.
Well, what are they heading to a Stradbroke? Is that what they're doing?
I don't think so. I think she'll race in the Goodwood this weekend, and then they'll spell her.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know if she's going to come up to Brisbane at all.
right.
Yeah.
What a pointless preparation.
Yeah.
Because what they
Well, they just wanted to win the Quokka.
right. Okay.
So she's going to go to Annabelle Neasham after the Goodwood. And I guess ultimately, Annabelle Neasham could speak to the owner, Peter Walsh, and say, yo, I think she's fit and fire and she's playing up in the paddock. Let's just give her another run, take her up to Queensland. But
Well,
I'd be surprised.
She has a stable up here
Yeah,
as well. So interesting. Yeah, obviously a lot of water under the bridge here, but Jolly Star, she's probably the one early days because she has a lot of talent.
and that Arrowfield sprint usually, the format of that race is usually pretty good.
Yeah, well, has Group 1 form from
Yeah.
a couple of years ago in Marzu. Doing 10,000.
What a day that was.
Run at Eagle Farm.
Jeez, between us, we've R&P'd the Winter Carnival the last few years.
Yeah. I had a career day
Yeah.
on Stradbroke Day last year.
Career day.
I think 6 out of, what did I have? I had 6 winners, but then I also had the Quinella in the last. Without a fight, best bet of the day, he wins
Salino.
Wins by 6. You had Salino at $10.
King Colorado.
King, yeah, tipped out at 80s, wins at 15s. It's what we do, Stradbroke season.
It's the best racing day of the year, comfortably.
Yeah.
Better than Cox Plate Day.
You know what I hope? I hope because we see time and time again, the Queensland Carnival's like the spring reference, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
So it's like, all right, where is the Caulfield Cup winner? And
It literally.
we're hunting it down. We are hunting it down. Go all right, where is this thing?
Where's the Group 1 weight for age performer, either over sprinting distances or middle distance? Because last year, think about it, end up being an Everest winner. The year before that, the Stradbroke winner, Alligator Blood. Went on to R&P more Group 1s for the next 2 years. So it year on year continually produces springtime champions.
You know what I want selfishly? Is I want Kovalika to run in the Doom Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to flash home because I will have my Neds app open and ready for the Caulfield Cup because he's currently $31 in that market. That's a big price.
That's a big price. It's frustrating that it'll take effectively 12 months. 12 months for him to get to where he needs to get to.
Guess who's second favourite in this market?
In the Caulfield Cup.
Yep.
Pride of Jenny.
No, not with good people at Neds. They're not about that.
Via Sistina.
No. See what I see.
God. What price is she?
17s. That's fine. That's fine.
But she ain't going to a Caulfield Cup.
Orchestral 15s favourite. Zardozi 17s with See What I See, second favourite. Autumn Angel 19s. Circle of Fire 19s. Without a Fight 21s. Another Will 26s. Royal Champion 26s. So Royal Champion is like I think they've gone like, all right, this is another without a fight, basically.
Yeah.
But I think be careful with him. I think he's more a 2,000 metre horse.
Yeah. Some gross markets out there, Drifters. Be careful. But hopefully you found a couple.
Yeah. Mate, he's got a very similar profile to without a fight in terms of winning strike rate. Like 14 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds and a third. Like, he's just a good horse, Royal Champion.
Well, if he's running in those high quality races, it's a great strike rate.
Absolutely.
To bring here as well,
if he's winning, he's won 2 different races that a day one, and a day at that 2,000 meters was just in the autumn unstoppable.
He was one of the best horses in the world.
Yeah.
In that sort of form. When Zaki came over here, Zaki probably had about nearly 20 starts before he came here, and his strike rate was probably pretty similar, probably about 25-30%. Some of them just come over here and just improve out of sight.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know if it's the climate or the different way of training. I don't know what it is. Change as good as a holiday. Those older geldings.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Annabelle Neesham, with the Europeans that she gets, they're probably like the C graders. Whereas like Anthony and Sam Freedman, I feel like they get the B graders, I'd say.
Yeah, well,
it's just that level above, but here it means so much.
Yeah.
And it's like Zaki obviously went another level, but the Europeans, when they were talking about Zaki, they're like, how is this thing competitive?
Yeah.
Because he was doing nothing overseas. He was winning, but he wasn't necessarily Zaki like he was here. What did he win? 4 or 5 Group 1s in an All-Star Mile or something?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Like that Doomben Cup win he had a few years ago. The same day Incentivise absolutely brained them in a listed race. That was one of the most dominant wins I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Who'd he beat? But I'm pretty sure Sir Dragonet was in that field.
Let me have a look. I'll get it up.
But he won by 6 or 7 lengths. It was incredible. And I think he would have won a Cox Plate if he didn't get scratched that day.
Oh,
it's a shame.
Sickening stuff.
Yep.
Let's go back. It would be the Doomben Cup of 2021, I reckon.
Yep.
Oh, you will never guess who ran second.
Toffee Tongue.
Well done. 7 lengths.
Yeah.
So Zaki, $2.25 favorite.
That's jam.
It was ridiculous.
The writing was on the wall in the Hollindale.
Should have been winks like odds.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the Group 1 winners that he's beaten in this field, right? So who'd he beat? Well, he beat Toffee Tongue by 7, Group 1 winner. Beat Natoya, 2-time Group 1 winner, by 9.6. Beat Melody Bell by 12.
Melody Bell?
11-time? 12-time?
Yeah.
15-time. I don't know. She won plenty. Avilius won something.
Avilius? He was a good horse.
Big A. Humidor gave Winks a scare.
It was Humidor in that race.
Yeah. Beat him by 12.5. Shared Ambition, the old last generation's bloody Kovalika. Sir Dragonet, a Cox Plate winner, beaten 17.5. And then Muggatu, the All-Star Mile winner.
That's a good field.
Yeah.
That's a really good field.
And he brained him. That was definitely peak Zaki.
Yeah.
So yeah, Raw champion.
Okay.
Put him in your black books. I think
how good's the Winter Carnival?
He's got the Zakis about him.
Yeah.
I reckon you're going to go home and look at these replays and you're like, I'm with you.
I feel like I read something about him.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you said he's got the same silks as Without a Fight, I was like, okay, yeah, I think I've read something about him. But I haven't watched any of his replays, so I'll do my due diligence. Because that sounds like a horse who'll be starting a lot shorter in all the things you've been talking about than what he is right now.
Yeah, I think so. Put $5 in the Cox Plate. What do you got to lose?
$5.
Exactly. All right. Hope you've send through your futures plays in the Stradbroke season across the Winter Carnival. And no doubt we'll be touching base on these weekly as they come up, as we do. But hopefully, gamble responsibly. You find a couple of winners.
Hopefully, and we'll see you next week for the the Goodwood.